This morning, thank you guys for your likes, shares, and subscribe. Guys, listen, this morning I was about to come on, right? I was putting all my cards in order, and I said, I'm gonna come and give them a Sunday reading, okay? I was trying to find all my old cards because I have to buy new cards. But anywho, someone gave me a call, okay? And what I want to first say is that as I was sitting here early this morning meditating, and after I got done meditating, praying, I just go through my social media and just be browsing because I don't watch TV really. So, anywho, I heard a tarot reader say, I wish these tarot readers stop talking about God. I'm going to talk about God all day long, and who's going to stop me? Okay? Who are you to tell somebody to stop talking about God? Every time I see someone say something against God, I'm going to come on and rectify it. Who in the world would even say such a thing? I could tell you. I could tell you many things, many definitions to that thought. Okay, let me tell you something. We are facing a government shutdown right now. Do you guys really know what that means? You think you've seen hard times. If you don't seek God now, you any other time, if you have not ever seek God, right now is the right time, because everything is being ran due to evil, and the only way you're going to fight evil is through prayer. Okay, let me tell you something. As I was sitting here this morning, somebody gave me a call. I'm not going to mention no names. And something I had prayed for and left it there. I can't really disclose a lot of stuff on YouTube because it's just too many ears. But let me tell you something. I called two people that is really near and dear to me, my friend and my mother. So I told them so I wouldn't have to disclose names. But I'm going to tell you guys something. When you pray for something and you wonder why that your prayers are not being answered, I've been praying for something for so long and I don't understand. You know why? When you go to God, you have to go to God with a pure heart. Okay? You want to know how you get a pure heart? You start living right. You guys are grown. You know what living right means. Pick up the Bible. The Word will show you and guide you. You know, for the people that may not know, that means, let's say if I go to the grocery store and the cashier gives me back $20 more or $1 more than what I was supposed to receive in change. Now the machines give it back to you. You are not to take that money. You are to tell someone, hey, this machine or this person gave me too much money. I want to give it back to you. Okay? Listen to what I'm saying. Guys, my hands are dark. I was like, what is... I forgot I was messing with that fireplace. Let me tell you something, guys. That is one thing. That is one way. Okay? Hey, guys. That is one way. Okay? The next way is you can't be around here laying with all kind of different people. And I'm not judging you. I'm just telling you because I know you guys are going to going to Gmail me and ask me. But that's another way. When you ask why, I'm cleaning my hands, guys. When you ask why isn't God answering your prayers, because first of all, you have to be pure at heart. Even when your enemies do you wrong, you still have to walk away and say, you know what? I'm not going to go low with them. I'm going to pray for them. Okay? A lot of injustice happened to me on a daily at my workplace. And you know what I do? Sometimes I'm only human. Sometimes I do complain about it. But then when I catch myself complaining, you know what I do? I start praying. Because God, complaining is not of you. If I pray to you and I say I want you to handle it, why am I even talking about it? And that's the truth. Okay? So, in order for your blessings to be answered, your prayers, whatever, you have to go to God pure at heart. You have to live the right life. Don't let no one tell you different. That's why I'm here to tell you guys, a blessing today was answered amongst all the many blessings God blessed me with. This said person came to me crying, begging my forgiveness. I'm sorry. And when the person came to me, I didn't even know who they was because they didn't even look like themselves. Mm-hmm. All I'm going to say is that it has something to do with my 19-year-old son that passed away 10 years ago. I think it was 10 years. I'm not sure. But I think it was. I was done so wrong at that time. Even my ex-husband that called himself my husband at the time didn't even fight for me. That was the loneliest part of my life. That was the lowest part of my life. The only thing I had when I laid my son to rest was his new baby girl that was just born. And that was taken from me. But you know what? At that time, I didn't know God how I know God now. And I'm woman enough to hold myself accountable. But as I learned who God was and what God's word is, I learned how to be patient. And that was one of the things that I had to heal from because I didn't know what patience was. I want it and I want it now. But you know what? God taught me. Wait on me, Shay Shay. Because see, when I do it, my dad used to tell me, Sharon, when we do it, it ain't going to be like when God can do it. But you don't want God to do it. Baby, God will make you humble yourself to the ones you wronged. That's the reason why I don't want to wrong anybody. And when I seen this person, what was taken from me, gave it back to me today. And it was so hurtful. You know, I heard an older lady say one time, Sharon, you think you want to see your enemies low. You think you want to see somebody get theirs back. You don't. Because when you know God, you're going to feel sorry for your enemies and for the people that wrong you. And that's no lie. Today, I felt so sorry for this person. I didn't even remember the wrong they had done to me. And I'm no angel. I'm no angel. Okay? I don't even want you guys to think that at that time I'm not perfect. But I never had an evil bone in my body. I never was built that way. And what was done to me was seriously done to me for evil. And you know what? That was given back to me on today. And I asked God, I said, Father, stand with me. Because it wasn't easy. When you lose a child, And then you have to see the child after the person is gone. This child looks just like my son. Matter of fact, it looks like my son and my daughter. I mean, like twins. So you have to be prepared for something like that. And I'm telling you, for the ones that's new on my channel, I don't mean to sound repetitive, like a broken record, but I'm not a tarot reader. I'm not. I use the cards again only because you guys want me to. But I'm a very gifted, intuitive messenger of God. I don't say reader, messenger of God. And what God do for me, I am to come on here and tell you guys, because the Holy Spirit is real. God is real. Just because God doesn't work in your time doesn't mean he's not going to work. We don't know what's best for us. We think we do. God knows and sees what's best for us. When he don't give you the things you want at the time, it's because he's protecting you. You may not know what he's protecting you from, but he's protecting you. It even went so far as this person telling me something I thought that this person was a part of my son's being unalive. And they was hollering, screaming. No. I mean, when you get someone to cry and kneel down at your feet, I'm not God. But when you get somebody to kneel down at your feet and cry and beg your forgiveness, that's the saddest thing you ever want to see. Now, the person of me that didn't know God back then, as much as I know God now, I would have said that would have never happened. But as I learned the word and I started pursuing God and changing who I was, God started showing me, Sharon, I'm going to give you back everything that was lost. But this time, I'm going to give it to you, not the world. See, when the world give it to you, it's one thing. But when God give it to you, it's a whole nother vibe, a whole nother animal. But if you be patient, Sharon, I'm going to show you. And yes, he did. And when a person comes to you and beg your forgiveness, you are to forgive them. Which really, if you have God in your heart, I don't see how you can't forgive them. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. It may not make sense to you now, because I don't want to disclose too much of it. This is why I don't lay up and talk about people. Sometimes I may say things towards some people, but I'll say, you know what, God, I don't mean to judge nobody, forgive me. Okay? Laying up talking about people for hours on the phone, that's not godly. Passing judgment on people, that's not godly. And you know, sometimes I fall short, and then when I catch myself, I say, you know what, God, forgive me. Because all of those things matter when you're asking God a favor. See, when we go to God and we ask God for a blessing to help us, we asking God to bless us. We asking God for a favor. So it's like God is saying, okay, you want this from me, so what are you going to give to me in return? And all the Holy Spirit wants you to do is praise his name and tell people about how good he is to you. Sounds easy, don't it? You know, Some people are even embarrassed to talk about God, to speak God's name. But God say, if you embarrassed to me here on earth, I'm going to be embarrassed to you in heaven. Guys, I can't stress it enough. God is already here. God is working through some of his best people, and I'm one of them. God chooses the people he wants to speak his name. Because he's allowing everything. He's allowing you to go through things because he's about to choose you. Okay, I'm going to choose Sharon to speak my word. But how can I choose Sharon if she haven't been through something? You have to have experiences on certain things in order to speak on them. You may say no, but it's the truth. I'm so passionate about the word of God because I know what God is doing for me. Oh yeah, baby, I know what God is doing for me. When I wake up, when I go out these doors, when I go to work, I know if it wasn't for the goodness of God, I wouldn't have made it through the day. Again, don't come to me asking me why your prayers is not being answered or why nothing is coming to manifestation for you if you are not living a clean lifestyle. And yes, helping others is living a clean lifestyle. Praying and meditating. And again, for the millionth time, you pray and meditate so God can give you direction and show you what your purpose is. See, your purpose is not Shay Shay's purpose. And Shay Shay's purpose is not your purpose. Okay? And everybody's purpose is designed for that individual person. And God is the only one who can tell you what your purpose in life is. What you come here to do. Okay? And that's why prayer and meditation is so I can't even tell you guys how important that is. Because it kickstarts your intuition. It helps you on the daily. It helps guide you through life. But I have to eat something, guys, because I've been out a couple hours. I didn't even eat when I left home, so wasn't hungry, really. So I'm going to eat me a little salad. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. I was so touched. You know, normally I cry. And I don't cry because I want to cry. I cry because it's just something that's really heartfelt. But I was so numb. I couldn't cry. And the first thing come to my mind is, oh my God. You say you was going to do it. I don't know how you was going to do it, Father, but you say you was going to do it. But you told me I had to first what? Do something for you. I had to live in my purpose. I have to come here on YouTube and tell the world that love is the highest vibration of the world, and you can't do nothing if you're not grounded and your foundation is not followed by true love. And when you speak of true love, people always thinking that I'm talking about another person. No. True love. Agape love. Look up agape love in the Bible. If you don't know what verse it is, Google it. That's the love of God. What did God do? He gave his only begotten Son. Whosoever believes in me shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Everybody is being held accountable to call on God for your own self. I can't call on God for you. Yeah, I can pray for you, but you have to be the one to tell God what you want and for God to work with you in your life. Of course, God is already with you, never left you. But you just have to let God know, hey, I acknowledge your presence and I'm willing to accept whatever plan you have for me on my life. And once you do that, it's no going back. It's no going back. I mean, you can go back if you want to, but it won't be feasible for you to do that. So I'll probably come on with a reading. I still have to do air signs and I have to do earth signs. But I want to relax a little bit because my energy has been all over the place. But I love you guys, and I just wanted to give you that message. And I want to tell you also, I got gas, right, on the way home. And I seen this little boy, this little African-American boy, a young little handsome little boy. He said, ma'am, do you have $1? You know what I did? I gave him more than $1, but I started praying for him. He said, you know what, ma'am? Most people are afraid of me because I wasn't in a good area. Okay, well, what's a good area nowadays? That's a whole nother story, but I was in what some people may say the hood, but I'm not afraid of the hood. Come on now, that's where I come from. Okay, so I started witnessing to the boy about God. And the little boy, he was so touched. He said, ma'am, can I pump your gas? What can I do for you? I said, you don't have to do nothing for me. He said, I'm out here because I'm not doing crime, ma'am. I'm out here because I'm trying to help my mother with my brothers. And I felt the energy. He wasn't lying. But he said, ma'am, you know what? All these other people run from me. I said, yeah. I said, you know why? When they see an African-American boy or African-American man, that disgusts me, the way people think. They always think, oh, they're gonna jump me, or they're gonna rob me, or they're gonna... Let me tell you something. I've lived in the hood, and I promise you, every time someone helped me, it was a black boy or a black man. Ma'am, can I help you? But that's the way society has you thinking. And I just wanted to throw that in there. I remember when I lived in Crosby, and my son Jared, I said, what's wrong? He said, Mom, you see that lady, how she clenching her purse? Didn't know the type of home I owned. Didn't know the type of money I had. But because she seen my child and he was a black boy, she thought he was going to rob her. I just want to throw that in there, guys. That is a type of ignorance that we live amongst on the daily. Okay? He told me, ma'am, I thank you for that message. Yes, he did. Because me stopping for that simple minute probably saved that child's life. I didn't get the energy that he was lying, but I got the energy he was more in danger to himself than to others. But sometimes we get so high and mighty, we don't see that. You guys better change your way of thinking. But the ones that's out to get you, oh, you don't see that. Oh, I dare you to see that one. Guys, I'm going to go and eat my salad that I had from last night. I was supposed to eat. But you guys better understand the world you live in today. No matter what town you live in or whatever. Let me read you guys this message. Hey, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Okay, Noah XD. Hola. Joshua Cruz. Sarah Brooks. Shador. What is that? Xbox. Guys, I have some characters on here, man. Well, I hope the message get to whoever needs to get to, guys. But I love you, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to come on with the other signs. I'm looking a hot mess. That's what I want. I have to wash my hair, too. But I love you guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, okay? Love you. Bye-bye.